Welcome to the Geek Easy, fellow geeks. Let's grab a beverage of your choice, because today I'm going to be doing a quick haul slash review video for a book I picked up today, and that would be Manhunter, Volume 1, published by DC Comics, written by Mark Andreyko. Jesus Ciaz is penciler, and Jimmy Palmiotti is the inker. This morning, instead of being able to watch the Steelers game, since it was canceled for tomorrow, I decided to go down and pick up food, since I didn't have any in the fridge. And as I am wont to do, sometimes I stop by the used bookstore and see what selections they have, because you never know what people can bring in. This book has been sitting there for a little bit, and it's always caught my eye, but I just never really kind of pulled the trigger. So I've just been kind of sitting there going, get me, get me, get me, get me. So I picked it up, read the back, and said, hey, this sounds interesting. So the back, the summary, it says, she stalks the world's most dangerous game. The world's most dangerous game, or the most dangerous game. That is in reference to a short story called The Most Dangerous Game, where a bunch of hunters, they're bored with hunting animals. They've conquered it all. So they're like, okay. And so they set up a thing where they hire these people and they actually hunt. Start hunting people, because people can think and all this stuff. But it's from a way back, and there's been a whole bunch of other retellings of it and movies made about it and all that. But it says, when top federal prosecutor Kate Spencer loses a case against a supervillain, setting him free to kill again, she breaks the laws she's long upheld to become Los Angeles' newest crime-fighting vigilante. Prosecuting supervillains has been her life's work, but these criminals never stay locked up for good. Now, using confiscated metahuman weaponry she raided from an evidence locker, Kate tracks the perps who have eluded justice in the courts and delivers a long overdue eye for an eye. Yeah, I mean, that I was like, okay, that sounds actually kind of cool. So, front, side, back. This came out in 2004. It collects the Street Justice ties into 2004's hit miniseries Identity Crisis, and collects the first 5 issues of Manhunter, written by Eisner Award nomination writer Mark Andreyko, with art by Jesse Ciaz and Jimmy Palmiotti. Okay, so after a little brief introduction here, it opens up Los Angeles, 3 o'clock in the morning. You have a transport vehicle turned on its side, some cops there, and you find out that, boom, it's bad. Someone had gotten through there, it's all bloody, people are missing, and then you see some, camera footage, and this is Copperhead. Well, actually, you have Kate, the prosecutor, giving her closing argument. Okay? as to, saying, okay, this many people were killed, this many people are, seriously injured, either missing limbs, look what Snakehead did here. He went from being a supervillain, now he's just a psychotic, superpowered serial killer. And, it's not just the, people that get killed or hurt. There's the families, they've got all this type of stuff they have to deal with. We need to lock this guy up and just get him, away from people. We have a special place for it. We can put him, and the defense attorney, he's like, hey, yeah, it is horrible what he did, but she brought up the metahuman, this gene, that makes him responsible. That means he's only responding to genetics. Just, same thing, that it's not his fault, just like it's not his fault that if his eyes were blue. And yada, 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 and the jury lets him off. And then, of course, he escapes. They were gonna not let him off, but they were going to send him to a psychology, like a psych place where he could get help that way. But he escapes during the transit, and that was, what you see at the beginning here. And so she's pissed off, and so she goes, raids the evidence locker of this thing and starts to go after him. During that part, you find a couple, during the story, you find out a little bit more about her. She is kind of cold and distant and just doesn't really give a rat's ass. I mean, she smokes, but she'll light up in places that she's not supposed to. You can't smoke in here. What are you going to do about it? She has an estranged, I guess now, ex-husband who she doesn't get along with. She's got a son, which you can tell she really cares about, but she's so driven for her job and just so difficult that she just doesn't know how to be a mother to him. And, he gets hurt when she's staying over at his house, or he's staying at her place for her weekend. She finds the staff that she had hidden away, and it hurts him and gets him locked. I mean, not locked, but put into the hospital, which puts more strain on her on her already strained relationship. Excuse me. So she has that, and then she's also trying to learn how to deal with her suit and her weapons. Because she doesn't know how to work them. And so she went after Copperhead, took care of him easily enough, but that brought her into conflict with Shadow Thief. Because Shadow Thief was a friend of his, and he wants to get revenge. And so he goes after her and just almost kills her. And breaks her stuff. And so she's like, okay, I need to learn how to do this stuff. So the coolest thing is she actually goes and finds this guy who used to be a dealer of weapons for bad guys, and it never ended well. It's just like he says, I've worked in Gotham, Pittsburgh, San Diego, and it never worked out. And he had gone. He testified against these people, got into witness protection because of her. So she finds this guy and says, "Okay, you're gonna help me with these weapons. You're going to teach me this stuff. You don't have a choice. So he builds up her weapon system again, teaches her a little bit of stuff, and allows her to go after, Shadow Thief, and deal with him, because, after what he had done. And also she has to try and go up, do it because Shadow Thief had killed Firestorm. And so now the Justice League is in town. It's like, hey, we're just here to let you know we're in town investigating Firestorm's murder. And so she has to do this, because she's like the prosecutor in town. So she has to try and go after this guy, knowing that they're looking for the same thing. And it's a really well written, well done book. The pacing is good. The story is good. They keep it, it's not overly verbose. There's not a lot of backstory that you have to take in. It's not like you have to say, well, here's what happened before this, because this is new. So there's not a whole lot of backstory that they have to try and fill you in before they get it going, and it moves at a good pace. You understand her motivations. You understand why she's pissed off, and you just boom. And the art is really well done. I mean, it's let's see. You just got some. It's not the cartoonish type of crap that they've been putting in comics lately. It's not Jim Lee stuff, but it's still really good, and it's very well done. So between the two of them, and between how well the story is written, how well the art is done, and just the enjoyability of the characters, I am going to recommend this book. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5, and just say pick it up, read it, because you'll enjoy it. And all right, let me know if you've read it. Let me know what you thought of it. And like, subscribe, most of all, enjoy your comics.